Velkommen til Strasbourg. Velkommen til Palais de l'Europe. Det er hjemsted for Europarådet. Og lad mig sige det med det samme. Det er ikke noget med EU. Det er ikke ministerrådet eller noget andet råd i Bruxelles. Det er Europarådet, der består af 47 medlemsstater. Og der er faktisk kun én stat i Europa, der aldrig bliver medlem her. Det er sjovt nok Vatikanstaten. Det knyder lidt med demokratiet i lige præcis Vatikanstaten. Russerne har også et lille problem, eller måske et stort problem endda, fordi de har godt nok fået lov til at blive her, men uden at måtte afgive deres stemmer ved afstemninger. Det synes de ikke var særlig morsomt, så derfor har de valgt at blive hjemme i Rusland. Men de kommer nok på et tidspunkt tilbage. Der har været en debat om, at man skulle give dem adgang igen til at kunne gøre det hele her, men endnu er man ikke helt så vidt. Især fra russisk side siges det her. Så den debat, den kommer nok til at fortsætte lidt. Det gør en række andre af de temaer, som man debatterer herunder selvfølgelig også Ukraine, men også et spørgsmål om, hvordan børn har det. Denne institution varetager nemlig menneskerettigheder, og det er sjovt nok noget, der også omfatter børns situation. Seksuelt misbrug eller brug af børn i konflikter osv., det er det, man her kigger på. Men der var fint besøg, kan man næsten sige, af FN's generalsekretær Ban Ki-moon. Han kom og talte pænt om det, han forventer, Europa står for, og hvordan FN og Europarådet kan arbejde sammen.
We stand with Europe as it struggles to combat a rise in anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim attacks and discrimination. This continent, Europe, must stand for equality, opportunity, and democratic freedoms, especially for religious and ethnic minorities, including the Roma. This November, I will unveil plan of action to prevent violent extremism to the General Assembly. It will reinforce international unity around the shared principles that violent extremism seeks to undermine. I welcome the efforts of this Council's Committee of Ministers to address the issue, including how radicalization leads to terrorism. I commend the Council of Europe's adoption of a political declaration, action plan, and the additional protocol to the Convention on the Prevention of Terrorism. I also welcome this Assembly's No-Hate Parliamentary Alliance. Poverty, poor governance, and human rights abuses fuel conflict and displace millions of people. Many risk their lives to migrate to safer shores. I am alarmed by the plight of migrants, asylum seekers, and refugees, especially in the Mediterranean and Andaman Sea, as well as the Bay of Bengal. I call on you to advocate for the protection and the rights of people who flee conflict, persecution, entrenched poverty, or lack of access to decent work. We have a responsibility, common responsibility, to act before more lives are lost. That is why Europe needs safer, regular, and orderly channels for migration and mobility. I understand the challenges. I have seen them firsthand myself. I welcome expanded search and rescue operations in the Mediterranean. I've also seen the value of legal channels, such as resettlement, family reunification, and work and study visas. Last month in Ireland, I met with resettled refugees. I shared my own story, how I fled my home when I was just a young boy during the Korean War in 1950. And I told them, the world is with you. United Nations is with you. I count on Europe to lead in global solidarity. I call on this Council to help those who look to Europe for protection from tyranny, lawlessness, and deprivation. We must reject anti-migrant rhetoric and recognize migrants' positive contributions to your societies. Globally, nearly 60 million people are forcibly displaced. This is an all-time high that needs a record response. Other regions with many more refugees are closely watching this continent. The United Nations will continue to work with you to defend the rights of migrants, uphold Europe's values, and promote better security for all. In Ukraine, more than 6,000 people have been killed in just over a year. Serious human rights violations and abuses persist, particularly in eastern Ukraine. Overall, the human rights of millions of people are affected. I call again for all people, all possible efforts to press the parties to fully implement the Minsk agreements and achieve a political solution. Any peaceful resolution must be based on human rights protection, accountability, and justice for victims in a sovereign, independent, and unified Ukraine. This is crucial for sustainable peace, more progress on internal reforms, and efforts to tackle corruption and past abuses will also be critical. I thank the Council of Europe for joining with the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights to support Ukraine in developing its national human rights strategy. The next crucial step is to prepare a human rights action plan